What's up, guys? Welcome to the Chess Giant. This is Solomon Riddell, and I'm excited to wrap up our series on Kasparov's Sicilian Najdorf. The opening itself starts off with e4, c5, the Sicilian Defense. We now see knight f3, d6. Both sides exchange pawns in the center of the board, and following knight f6 and knight c3, we now see the Sicilian Najdorf with a6. And in the first three videos of this four-part series, we went over how Kasparov best responded to bishop e3 with the English attack, bishop c4 with the Sozin attack, and bishop g5, the main line. Today we're going to be going over bishop e2. A quiet positional move, not looking to create chaos or attacking chances right in the beginning of the game, but here white just wants to develop the pieces and play good chess. And against this positional bishop e2 move, Kasparov really had two responses that he went to, the first being e6 and the second being e5. Let's first take a look at e5. Now with e5, black is looking to create some immediate counterplay in the center of the board. This e5 pawn is obviously pretty strong, attacking both d4 and f4. The one trade-off for playing with this immediate counterplay and creating a space advantage in the center of the board is that this d5 square becomes a lot weaker. So it's really important for black to hold on to the c8 bishop and eventually put it on b7 or e6 so that it can really hunker down and protect this d5 square. But following e5, usually white will play a move like knight b3, and now Kasparov just develops with bishop e7, followed by castling, and here a common move for white is playing king h1. Why would white ever play king h1? Well, in a lot of lines, white will want to play f4, and basically, white, by playing king h1, is looking to get out of the line of fire from this a7, g1 diagonal. Following king h1, Kasparov plays b5. A really nice move, really creating a space advantage on the queen side, and also putting b4 ideas in the air. But as I mentioned, with e5, it really makes this d5 square weak. So here in a game Kasparov had against Nigel Short played knight d5, looking to pounce his knight right into the center of the board. But here Kasparov just takes the knight, and after queen takes d5, obviously this queen is attacking our rook on a8. So we see rook a7, and following bishop e3, as mentioned before, black has to either play bishop b7 or bishop e6 to really cover that d5 square. And here Kasparov plays bishop e6, kicking the queen back to d1. And now we see rook b7, Short plays rook c1, and Kasparov just continues to develop with knight c6. And here Short plays c4, trying to break the position open, trying to create some attacking chances. But Kasparov, being the aggressive player that he is, didn't just sit back and try to survive, but plays knight a5. Really nice counterplay from Kasparov here. This knight on a5 attacking both b3 and c4. So really Short had no choice but to take this knight. And now we see queen takes a5, and following c takes b5 and a takes b5, I would say the position is probably roughly equal, but I like black's game here. An active bishop on e6, an active queen on e5, and this rook on f8 really has a lot of flexibility to come to d8 or c8 or a8. I like black's position here, and I think that this is completely playable for players of any level. So that covered the first option with e5. The move that Kasparov went to the most was e6. And here Kasparov is really looking to just naturally develop the pieces. It really doesn't matter what white does here. What happens next is bishop e7, followed by castling, followed by queen c7, followed by b5, but here in a game Kasparov had against Anatoly Karpov, Karpov played a4, a nice move, really trying to limit Kasparov's opportunity of playing b5. But here Kasparov just continues to develop with knight c6, followed by rook e8, and now we see from Karpov bishop f3. This is a really common theme in this bishop e2 line for white to put a pawn on e4 and f4, follow it with bishops on e3 and f3, and really look to pounce on this queen side here. With playing bishop f3, Karpov is eyeing this rook on a8. So here Kasparov played rook b8, and the purpose behind this move is really two-sided. First off, to get out of the line of fire of this bishop on f3, and second off, to support a potential b5. Here Karpov continued with queen d2, and now we just see, again, Kasparov continue to develop with bishop d7. As you guys can see, Kasparov is not in a huge rush to create instant counterplay, but is just developing the pieces and slowly making his position better. Here Karpov played knight b3, and Kasparov plays b6. I really like this b6 move, and again, its purpose is two-sided, to cover c5 and a5, and also create some maneuverability for this bishop on d7 so that it can come to c8 and to b7. Here we see g4, followed by bishop c8, and after g5, we see knight d7. Now, for most people watching this, at least for me, when I first saw this game, I was thinking, what is Kasparov doing? I mean, this position looks so cramped and so positional. I mean, why would a player like Kasparov do this? But as you guys can see, it's pretty hard for white to really break through. I mean, Kasparov has basically built a fortress with this a6, b6, d6, and e6 pawns. And as you guys will see, Kasparov looks to slowly unravel the pieces and slowly create attacking chess opportunities. Here Karpov plays queen f2, looking to eye that b6 pawn. And here we see bishop f8, followed by bishop g2, bishop b7, and after rook a d1, we see g6. Here Kasparov looking to cover both the f5 and h5 squares, and also create some space for the bishop on f8. And this bishop on g7 will be really nicely placed, attacking that knight on c3. We now see bishop c1, rook bc8, and rook d3. A nice move by Karpov here, looking to rook lift and play rook h3 and create some attacking chances on the king side. Again, it may seem as if Kasparov is in trouble, but as you guys will see, he creates counterplay with knight b4, followed by bishop g7, and after bishop e3, we see rook e7, and after king g1, rook ce8, Kasparov gearing up both of these rooks for a potential break. And after rook d1, here Kasparov plays one of the most memorable, if not the most memorable, moves in his career with f5, creating some counterplay, and Kasparov went on to win this game in amazing fashion. I'll leave the game playing, and it was actually one of the biggest games in Kasparov's career, as winning this game gave him the World Championship title at the age of 22, which no one had ever done in the history of chess. But needless to say, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the series. And for those of you who missed out on the first 3 videos, I'll leave those in the description below. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Subscribe for more chess content. And as always, I'm wishing y'all a great day. Peace. Thanks for watching today's video. If you'd like to watch another one, you can click or tap up here. And I've got a lot more high quality chess content on the way. So if you'd like to subscribe, you can click or tap down here. I really appreciate your support.